Imagine I sold you a transparent box. Inside the box there is nothing. But I tell you this box is decentralized. I tell you it's the future of freedom. I tell you that if you don't buy this empty box for $60,000 right now, you're a boomer who hates progress. You'd call me a scammer. You'd walk away. But if I change the name of that box to a non-fungible, algorithmically stable asset, suddenly the world's smartest venture capitalists are lining up to give me their children's college funds. We were told cryptocurrency was a revolution, a rebellion against the banks, a way to opt out of a rigged system. But what if I told you the revolution was just a rebranding of the same old cage? What if I told you that the entire industry, from the gold standard of Bitcoin to the safety of FTX, is built on a psychological trick so simple it's almost insulting? Today, we aren't looking at charts, we're looking at the mirror, because the biggest lie in crypto isn't the technology, it's you. Let's go back to 2009. The world's financial heart just stopped beating. Banks had gambled away our houses, and the government handed them a get-out-of-jail-free card printed on taxpayer paper. Out of that anger, Satoshi Nakamoto gave us Bitcoin. The promise was beautiful. No middleman, no inflation, no censorship. It was digital gold. But here's the first glitch in the story. Gold is useful because you can make jewelry, electronics, or dental crowns with it. It has intrinsic value. Bitcoin has math. And math is great for solving equations, but it's terrible for buying bread. To be a currency, an asset needs two things: stability and utility. Crypto has neither. If you bought a pizza with Bitcoin in 2010, it cost you 10,000 coins, worth roughly $600 million today. That's not a currency, that's a tragedy. If you can't spend it because it might be worth double tomorrow, or because it might crash 40% while you're waiting for the transaction to verify, it's not money, it's a collectible. It's a digital beanie baby with a better PR firm. But wait, if it's not a currency, then what are we all doing here? The industry realized early on that currency was a failing narrative, so they switched the script. They called it an asset class, an investment. But investments are usually tied to something that produces value. A company makes phones, a farm grows corn, a house provides shelter. What does a token do? Most tokens do nothing except exist. The psychological trick here is called the greater fool theory. You aren't buying the coin because you believe in the decentralized ledger protocols. You're buying it because you believe that tomorrow someone even more desperate, a greater fool, will buy it from you for more than you paid. This is where the lie becomes dangerous, because for you to make a profit in crypto, someone else has to lose. It's a closed system. No value is being created, it's just being moved from the pockets of the latecomers into the pockets of the early movers. It's a game of musical chairs played with billions of dollars, and the music is controlled by people you've never met. But Khan, you say, what about the technology? What about the blockchain? Let's talk about the utility lie. We've been told blockchain will fix healthcare, voting, and supply chains. It's been 15 years. Name one thing you use in your daily life, your real non-digital life, that runs on a public blockchain. Oh wait, still nothing? That's because a database is faster, cheaper, and more efficient than a blockchain 99% of the time. The only thing a blockchain is truly best at is bypassing the law. And speaking of the law, let's talk about the dark side of borderless money. The industry brags about banking the unbanked, but in reality, it has become the primary laboratory for the most sophisticated financial crimes in human history. Pig butchering scams, ransomware that shuts down hospitals, and North Korean hackers draining protocols to fund missile programs. If your revolutionary system is mostly used by people who are trying to hide from the light, you have to ask yourself, is this a feature or is it the whole point? If crypto was supposed to get rid of corrupt banks, why did we end up building even worse banks? Enter the centralized exchange, the very thing crypto was meant to destroy. FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, they promised you 20% returns. They told you your money was safer than a bank. They used your money to buy Super Bowl ads and name stadiums. But behind the curtain, They were doing exactly what the 2008 bankers did, only without the regulations. They were gambling with user deposits. When the music stopped, the decentralized dream vanished. People didn't lose digital assets. They lost their life savings, their kids' tuition, their hope. And here's the kicker. When these rebel companies went bust, they didn't turn to the blockchain for help. They ran straight to the traditional courts and the traditional bankruptcy laws they claimed were obsolete. The irony is delicious, isn't it? The industry that hates the system relies on the system to clean up its mess. But the lie goes deeper than just bad actors like Sam Bankman-Fried. It's embedded in the very way the market is structured. Have you ever wondered why every single coin follows Bitcoin's price? If these projects actually had utility, they would trade on their own merits. If a coin was actually solving a problem in the shipping industry, it shouldn't crash just because Elon Musk tweeted a meme about a Shiba Inu. The truth is that the entire market is tied together by stablecoins like Tether. These are the supposed dollars of the crypto world. But for years, there have been massive questions about whether these coins are actually backed by real money. If the foundation is made of sand, the skyscraper doesn't matter. We are living in a massive experiment where billions of dollars of value are propped up by tokens that are printed out of thin air to keep the prices from falling. It's a house of cards built on top of a powder keg. So why do we keep falling for it? Why, after every crash, every scam, and every rug pull, do people still line up to get hurt? Because the industry isn't selling technology, it's selling FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's selling the lotto ticket dream to a generation that has been priced out of the housing market and crushed by student debt. Crypto is the only get-rich-quick scheme that feels like a social movement. If you criticize it, you're not just a skeptic, you're an enemy of progress. You're staying poor. This is a cult-like psychological defense mechanism. If the price of Bitcoin drops, the believers have to recruit more people to pump it back up. They're not investors, they're missionaries. They need you to believe so they can get out. Think about the language they use. Diamond hands, to the moon, Wagmi, we are all going to make it. These aren't financial terms, they're emotional anchors. They're designed to make you feel like a coward if you sell and a hero if you hold while your portfolio drops 80%. Who benefits when you don't sell? The people who got in at the bottom. They need you to be the exit liquidity. They need you to stand still while they walk away with the cash. We have reached a point where the psychology of crypto has become a substitute for actual economic productivity. Instead of building companies that solve problems, we're spending our best engineering talent on finding new ways to trade JPEGs of monkeys. We're financializing everything, turning every human interaction into a tokenized transaction and calling it Web3. But in reality, it's just a way to put a toll booth on the entire internet. Is the technology real? Yes. Is the math impressive? Absolutely. But is the industry a lie? Yes. Because it promised freedom and gave us volatility. It promised decentralization and gave us Sam Bankman-Fried. It promised a new world and gave us a casino where the house always wins, and you don't even know who the house is. The most dangerous lie is the one we tell ourselves when we want something to be true. We want crypto to be the answer to our financial struggles because the alternative, hard work, slow compounding, and a broken system, is exhausting. We want to believe there is a secret door that leads to wealth without effort, but in the history of humanity, every time a secret door appeared, it was usually a trap. The system is broken, yes. Inflation is real, yes. The banks are greedy, absolutely. But crypto isn't the cure. It's just a symptom of the same disease. It's the fever, not the medicine. But ask yourself, if everyone is shouting that they found a shortcut to the finish line, who is left to build the road? If we spend all our energy trying to get rich by outsmarting each other in a digital casino, what happens to the real world? The roads, the bridges, the food, the energy. Those things require real investment and real labor. You can't eat a hash rate. You can't live inside a smart contract. The truth is uncomfortable. It's boring. It's slow. But the truth is the only thing that won't leave you broke when the power goes out. If this made you feel a little uncomfortable, good. That's your financial consciousness waking up. Finance isn't about the hype, it's about the truth. It's about recognizing when you're being sold a dream so that someone else can get a reality. If you want to keep your eyes open while everyone else is dreaming, hit that subscribe button and join the financial conscious community. We're stripping away the jargon and the cult-like slogans to see what's actually happening to your money and your mind. Because at the end of the day, the only person looking out for your wallet should be you. I'm Khan, and I'll see you in the next one.